We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hi!
Hi!
Alright, welcome to episode 23 of Swiftcast.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling doesn't rhyme with 23. Dang it. I tried.
You tried.
I tried.
This is
But
Nate.
hi. Belle.
Ashley.
And Steph.
Alright, and we have a ton to discuss about the last few Nashville shows, and we cannot wait to bring you our Red Tour wrap-up extravaganza in just a few days. But in the meantime, today we wanted to commemorate the end of the tour by talking about our favorite moments and also sharing a lot of your guys' favorite moments, so...
Woo! I'm so sad the Red Tour US is
Me too.
over.
Me too.
I'm like
I cannot handle
honestly in
this.
shock and disbelief.
I am in post-concert depression right now, guys.
I
PCD.
think we all are.
PCD, I am suffering. We
See,
are all
normally to
suffering
cure my
from PCD.
I would just buy more concert tickets, but I can't do that in this case, so...
I know! I mean, I could, but then somebody has to buy me a ticket to Australia and back, which,
That'd be cool.
that'd be
Yeah, if any of
awesome.
you guys out there want to, give us a lift to Australia.
Yes.
We would be all over
That would be
it.
great.
We would be willingly happy to go and do that. So, yeah, we're having sad-facing moments here. I think what we're going to do, first of all, is just give you a very short recap of a few highlights of the last few shows. And again, in a couple of days, we're going to do this huge extravaganza when we have Haley with us, too, about, the four main Swiftcast hosts, myself, Ashley, Nate, and Haley. We're all at the last shows together, and we had an amazing time. But for now, we're just going to give you a few teasers here. On Thursday, so we all have these really high expectations and exciting guesses about what the secret songs were going to be and everything. And then on Thursday, Taylor sings our song. And I really have to think she did it for the reaction. It was really funny.
I thought it was going to be Tim McGraw. She
So
opened
did
it.
I.
I mixed it up. She opened it. She goes, yeah, it was my first hit to country radio. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Tim McGraw. And then it was
Same here.
our song. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But
I
then
did
I
the same
cheered really
thing.
loud.
I did too. I thought it was funny. I was LOLing to Taylor.
I was in the pit. Well, both of us, Belle and I, were in the pit, and we were just sort of looking at each other like,
They were just like, really? Really, Taylor? For real?
I've been to 11 shows on the Red Tour, and I've got our song 3 times.
Yeah, I've had it twice.
I've had it a couple times too. The amazing special guest was Luke Bryan.
Luke.
Hello.
Bryan. It was actually really cool.
It was
All
it was
the
a
guests
great
were cool.
set.
I was very excited.
We were cheering like we'd never cheered before. And Taylor wore this really cute Grand Ole Opry t-shirt, which she had bedazzled for her. As we found out when we went to see if they still had the shirt. Yeah, and they were like, oh, well, it didn't come that way. She had to have it bedazzled.
It's kind of funny. They set up this display specifically the next day, like for the Grand Ole Opry t-shirt and for Swifties. Like they had signs and everything. It was actually really cool. There were Swifties everywhere in that store.
I was just going to say, I was a little disappointed by our song, too. But I do love our song, but I was hoping for something else for the final 3 shows.
You were in Pittsburgh with me when we got that song there, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I have to assume that she maybe just did it to be funny, just because of the uproar about our song.
I still maintain, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the Red Tour DVD, so...
Right,
Yeah,
and weren't they
mean,
filming on
yeah.
Thursday?
They've been filming
They actually-
it,
yeah, they
like, the
kept
vast
filming.
majority of the shows.
The entire time. Yeah, I saw camera guys on Friday and Saturday, too, walking around, so...
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with why she chooses that song.
That's true. That's a very good point. I mean,
That's
they
what
have
I
to do, if they're filming at multiple shows, they're going to have to take multiple takes of it and get the best one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Do you guys think that Taylor will continue the secret song on the next tour?
I hope so. I really hope so.
I mean, I think it was a good idea. I hope that she continues to do that. I mean, it's the same thing as, I was wondering if she would do, back on the Speak Now tour when she, did that set on the B stage when she was sitting by the fake tree. And I always called it the tree stage at the time. And I was like, I really hope that she does that again. And then she carried it, that not with the tree, but with the B stage, within the next tour, so that she could kind of connect with the audience more in the back, and she could do some acoustic stuff. And I think that if she continues that, there's at least a chance that she will continue the secret song.
Well, I will be perfectly fine if our song retires.
I don't know. I
everyone
feel like
feels
if
that
she
way.
continues to do it, then she'll still want to do the more popular songs because she'll assume people don't know them, which isn't true at all.
I am so shocked that she never sang Back to December.
So am I. I don't know why she didn't.
That is a little strange.
It is the perfect acoustic song.
And like one of her biggest radio hits.
No, I don't know. Maybe nobody ever requested it.
I mean, I hope that there's not any specific reason that she didn't sing it. I can't imagine what there would be.
Right.
It was a really beautiful performance, though, in Speak Now with the piano and all the snow.
Yeah.
Like, that was really pretty. But, I don't know. Hopefully we'll see it again someday, live. What about Friday, Nate?
Yeah, so actually, Friday, we were actually right behind the B stage, so it was really cool. We were basically eye level with Taylor. We were in like 101 row EE, and it was like eye level with Taylor. We had our sign and everything, and yeah, it was actually really cool. She ended up singing for the secret song 15, and actually we ended up meeting the girl afterwards, after the concert at the airport, after the 3 shows, who Taylor had dedicated the song to. So that was Dreaming Swifty on Twitter. So it was very cool. So
Very cool.
and actually after that, it was really cool because the entire arena was abuzz because at soundcheck earlier, we heard Taylor soundchecking with Rascal Flatts, and she ended up bringing them out for the special guest, and it was really, really awesome. So a lot of the chaperone moms and dads and just like older people in the arena were able to really appreciate Rascal Flatts being there. So
Yeah, I thought it was really exciting. Rascal Flatts is one of the first country music groups I really got into when they just came out on the scene. So I thought it was awesome that the circle is kind of complete.
I really, really like them. I'm really glad she brought them as a guest. I kind of wish they had sang a different song.
Exactly. I thought banjo would have been a better choice because it's more energetic and fun.
I'll be completely honest, I loved the choice because that is literally my absolute favorite song from Rascal Flatts and that from my favorite album of theirs. And that song just, when that came out, I just remember playing it on non-stop repeat, for a couple of months straight. And I don't know, I thought it was a really powerful, amazing performance, but I feel like people tended to have opposite reactions. They either loved it or they were like, no, just stop playing this. It was definitely kind of a hit or miss song, but I personally loved it.
I really like the song. I just think there would have been a lot of different songs that they could have done something cool and a little more upbeat with. I think that was the first special guest where she sang basically a sad song.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, now that you say that, they all really were very upbeat.
But it is a powerhouse song, and a lot of people know it, so I
True.
can see why she chose it.
True. And Taylor was wearing this, it was a cute shirt. I'm not the best at fashion or description of
No,
clothing,
give your
but
description of it.
No, give your
here was-
description.
Here's
all
my
want to hear.
description that we talked about earlier. This is the best fitting description I could give this. Striped top thing. So
Striped top
it was
thing.
a striped top thing. Okay, I'll
Ladies and
describe it a little
gentlemen,
more.
Nate's completely astute fashion knowledge right there. Jamie from Taylor Swift's Closet, we cannot wait to hear what you call this shirt so that you can tell Nate.
I'm sure she's already tracked it down and has
Clearly,
the full
you had
description
it
of
down pat. Striped top thing.
I was informed later that maybe it's a leotard, but I don't know. It was a cute shirt. It was like white and gold and silver and stripy. I'm just not doing any
Stripy.
better here.
It was stripy.
I think one of you should take it away. I don't know.
No, that's pretty
Yeah, Nate, I
accurate.
agree. It was definitely cute. Okay. Before I talk about what happened on Saturday, I had a quick question for Nate. When you met the girl who requested 15 at the airport, did she tell you what it was like when she requested the song?
Yeah, actually, it was really cool. Dreaming Swifty from Twitter. She's from Brazil. She flew in specifically for the Nashville shows, and yeah, she had like a meet and greet with Taylor, and she got the song dedication, and it was actually just very cool. She was just starting high school, and so she told Taylor, this story about her and how much she related to it, and she requested the song, and Taylor actually ended up mentioning Brazilian people that she had met in her meet and greet, like right at the beginning of the show, and then once she moved to the B stage, she ended up, started playing 15, so very cool for her. I mean, really, that's so exciting. So
Yeah, that's really exciting for her. On Saturday, which I was lucky enough to be at the Saturday show, I couldn't go to the other ones, but I was so happy to be there for the final show. On Saturday, the secret song was Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. And actually, I feel like Taylor completely gave it away at the beginning of the show, because in her intro, when she was talking about feelings, and she said, I can't remember the exact wording, but she said sad, beautiful, tragic. And immediately I was thinking, oh, that's going to be the song tonight. And I love that.
To be fair, she did say that for the first, let's see.
She's used
to be
that
fair,
phrase
she did
before.
say that though for the intro speeches for the other nights.
She doesn't
too.
say that every
really?
night, but she has used that phrase before.
Right.
But you were right.
Has she used it in other shows? Has she used it in other shows before Nashville?
Yeah,
because I had never heard it before.
Yeah,
I'm
seen the
not
show
sure.
11
I want to
times.
say
I've
that
heard
she
it.
has, but
Oh, okay.
but yeah, she did say for the other nights, which is misleading. Like exactly, if you're only there for one night, like it would have really,
Yeah, I can't remember her saying that before, but okay. So, I guess I was still ended up being right.
Yeah.
I kind of was hoping for Long Live.
Oh,
I
I think everyone was really.
I thought that would have been a great end, but I love Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. I think it's completely underrated. So I was happy to hear it.
I was also hoping for Long Live for the last night, but she hadn't played song Sad, Beautiful, Tragic before, and I really do love that song, so I was okay with it.
The special guest of the night, which people had heard the sound check earlier in the day, and so everybody was abuzz with thoughts of Hunter Hayes as the special guest, and it turned out that he was the special guest. I thought it was really exciting because he opened for Taylor, and
Yay!
Since then he's really taken off, and I think he's really talented, so I was excited with this choice. And I love I Want Crazy, so for me I thought it was a great choice.
They blew that performance out of the water. That was really fun and energetic and awesome.
And people were so excited.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. I gotta say, it's kind of interesting because from a guy's perspective, Taylor was up on stage and she goes, as she was about to introduce him, and she goes, "Oh, girls, you're really gonna love this one." And she brought out Hunter Hayes, and the entire arena just erupted in screams. It was the most ear-piercing, loud, shrill screaming I've ever heard in my life. It was insane.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've been to so many Red shows this tour, but I think Nashville, for me, it felt like the loudest out of all of the shows I've been to.
It was very loud there. Yeah.
It was. As Grant said, we very much made up for the apparent lack of enthusiasm that CMA Fest had.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's great. And I knew that when Grant was tweeting about that he would be pleased with how loud people would be.
And Taylor did ask us in the beginning of the show to help her out by being extra loud with her cold.
That's true. And we definitely did
Also true.
help her out a lot.
I know I was screaming.
I definitely think we made her feel better.
For the Saturday show, Taylor's shirt of the night was a Country Music Hall of Fame t-shirt. It was white and it had the Hall of Fame logo on it. It was also bedazzled. I went to the Hall of Fame on Sunday and the white one was completely sold out. So
Wow.
I bought a black one, but I was bummed out that the white one was gone already.
I believe it, to be honest. I was surprised the Opry store still had the t-shirts, so.
I was too. I almost bought that one as well, but I just stuck with the Hall of Fame. So overall, it was a great finale to the Red Tour, and I had so much fun on Saturday.
I really miss it already.
I do too. So now that that's all said and done, we asked you guys some of your favorite tour memories. So We asked you guys to tweet us, and we actually got a ton of responses. So, and they're all actually really good. Some of these I'd forgotten about and really enjoyed reading some of these.
So our first group of submissions, several submissions, came from at Kylie Ped on Twitter. And she actually is the girl that I met when I was in line at the meet and greet in St. Paul, who got the song dedicated to her. She had a really awesome night, and she sent us a lot of favorite Red Tour memories. She was also at the Nashville shows. So her first one is when Ed sang "All My Walls Stood Tall, Painted Meow" in Nashville.
Yeah, that was hilarious and amazing, and I loved it.
That was on, Friday night? When he had the Grumpy Cat
That's
on?
right,
Friday
it was
night.
Grumpy Cat hat.
Oh my
Yep.
god, that was too amazing.
It was.
That was hilarious. I loved it.
See, sometimes I'm so wrapped up in the show that I miss the little details like that. I saw the hat, of course, but I did not hear him say meow.
I did, and it was a really funny pause moment because I thought I was hearing things, and I was like,
Had to
really?
double take, yeah.
Did he just say meow?
Speaking of Ed, we'll talk about this more on the next episode, but we all met him at the airport.
And it was awesome. It was so random and awesome, and he's a really cool guy.
We ran into him when we were all leaving town, and he was actually on the same flight as me. I guess he had a connecting flight to Chicago first and then to the UK.
I couldn't believe it. I think all of our reactions were priceless.
It reminded me, Belle, when you said I thought I was hearing things. I thought I was hallucinating when I saw him.
Just like, wait
I was
a
like,
second.
that is not. And it totally was.
I'm like, oh my god.
I was walking with Haley, and I
Oh
literally
my
stopped
goodness,
in my
God.
tracks and froze.
That's amazing.
Anyway, back to our tour memories. A few more from Kylie. When I got pit in Nashville, because I never thought I'd be so fortunate to be that close. Also, when Taylor played Cold As You, and I found out at 1 in the morning and cried. Also,
Oh.
Aww.
saving up for years and finally going to my first Taylor concert and meeting her there. And she says in parentheses, "Do you hear me crying?" She had a lot of awesome
That'd be a
times. It was
first
really
concert
cool to meet her.
and meeting her.
Definitely. That's really sweet. And our next submission is from Topi64 on Twitter. And her memories are spending 12 hours at the concert, waiting for Taylor, her niece meeting Mama Swift, and some awesome Red Tour concert pictures. And our next submission is from Bianca on Twitter. Seeing Taylor for the first time in a stadium and going on a backstage tour with Andrea and Ashley.
Yay!
Ashley was with her.
Good times.
Yay!
We had so much
Yay.
fun that day.
That's awesome. Love it tons.
So our next one comes from @ShineSwifts on Twitter, and their favorite tour memory was the TC and Twitter excitement when Taylor first sang Should Have Said No, and then she said that she checked her website in order to find out what she's going to play that night. So really
That's
exciting.
awesome.
That was actually really cool.
I think that was when we
Yeah, that was-
first sort of realized what exactly she was doing with the B stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment. Our next submission is from Like I'm 22, who says, I saw her sing Cold As You on the B stage, March 19th in St. Louis. Best night of my life.
I am Jello.
I'm very jello.
Yes.
Lime green Jello.
I love Cold As You, and I was so excited to hear it.
That
Same
was one
here.
of the few, really, really rare songs that she played.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is one of my ultimate favorite songs off of her first album. That is my favorite song off of Taylor Swift, the album Taylor Swift. So I was really happy she played it.
Our next one is from Ashley Swift 1313, not to be confused with me. And she said, going to 3 LA shows and having J-Lo, Ellie Goulding, and Tegan and Sarah as special guests.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Those LA
awesome.
people really lucked out. That was
That
awesome.
is really, really awesome.
I said, as soon as that happened, I said that for the next tour, I need to just plan a trip to LA and go to all the shows.
I did that for the first 2 tours, and I missed out on this tour, and I'm not missing out next one. No way, Jose. Our next submission is from Hyder TS on Twitter, and her memories are when she performed Everything Has Changed with Ed. Oh,
Aw.
God, I love that. I get so excited for that every show I was at. I was like, Yes, it's time! It's time! And our next one is from Like I'm 22. And Taylor Swift and Carly Simon singing You're So Vain, and then Taylor singing Cold as You on the B stage. Oh, I loved that performance!
That was awesome.
It was amazing.
I went to Boston during the Speak Now tour, and I was kicking myself for not going again this time.
All right, and our next submission comes again from Shine Swifts on Twitter, and they said, "I love it. Came on the radio today, and I almost started crying because Red Tour memories." And then they said hashtag Swifty problems.
I can't even handle that song. I tweeted
I freak out.
to Icona Pop yesterday, and I was like, I hope you know that 1.3 million people will never be able to listen to your song again without crying.
How true.
Sorry.
Right. You should have. I'm sure you guys were obviously witnessing this, but every single time, especially the last 3 shows, that song came on, I just started singing off key as loud as I possibly could along with that song, and I was just like, yes.
I have the same problem when that song comes on, because I just expect Taylor to come out, and it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Our next one is from @LuckyU288, and she wrote Taylor's almost 10-minute speech before Mean because of all the cold medication she was on.
That was so funny when she
Her
said
rambles
that. I
were
was cracking
amazing.
up.
She went on and on and on with all of her speeches, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, you guys, I'm on a lot of cold medicine."
Just casually strumming the guitar as she's giving her speech.
I actually really
There's the banjo.
I really loved her speech before Mean. I thought it was so great, and
It was, yeah.
I knew she was on cold medication, but it made perfect sense, and I loved it.
It just took her a while to get it all together.
I don't think that anybody has a problem with her talking to us for longer.
Oh, not at all. Who would?
No. She can talk as long as she wants.
I was kind of upset because I was reading this article a few days ago, and somebody wrote a review that Taylor sputtered, was the word they used, through the last show because she was hopped up on cold medication.
What?
And I was so upset when I read it, but I'm pretty sure they deleted the article because I can't find it anymore. So I think maybe a lot of people complained and said,
"Oh yeah,
we love hearing Taylor talk, and she did a great job."
Exactly.
So I hope that's true, that they took it down.
Our next one is from @LaurenFlorida1. Seeing her come out on the stage for the first time, and I just couldn't believe I was in the same room as her.
I gotta stop right there, because that is really, like, your first concert is really very cool. It's just like, oh my god, I'm breathing the same air.
Our next one is from iTweetSwift on Twitter. Hi, Sadie. Her memory is getting a Mama Swift backstage tour in Louisville, and someone finally getting Taylor to write out her tattoo. Way cool.
Really
you have to send us a picture of this when you get it done. We must see this tattoo.
Must see this. Our next one comes from @KatieRoseFun on Twitter. And their tour memory was when Taylor began talking about the mean people in her life. Either that or her singing All Too Well. Those were her favorite tour memories. I'm gonna miss All Too Well.
Especially because she probably will never play it on tour again.
You know, I'm really worried about that.
I mean, I can't
really
see why
hope
she
she'll
would.
play
It's
it.
kind of like the same as Back to December. Like, that was her slow
Back to
song for
December,
the Speak Now
exactly.
tour.
Yeah, it really was. It was so sad.
I'm still hoping maybe she'll release it soon, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up. Our next one comes from iTweetSwift, who says, getting brought to the sound booth and pit by Andrea in Lexington, and Taylor waving at me from her car. That's really cool. Having Taylor wave at you from her car would be completely unforgettable.
That's pretty epic.
Probably just fall over. So, all right, thanks everyone for all of your submissions, all of your favorite Red Tour memories. It was really great going back through those. There were quite a few that I had forgotten about and really just kind of reminisced. So, thank you to everybody who submitted those. And now we are going to do our own little kind of freestyle interview and just kind of ask each other what we thought. Maybe cover some things that you guys missed or talk about a little bit, a little more in depth what you guys submitted to us. But anyway, so actually we're going to start with Ashley. And Ashley, Who of the entire Red Tour was your favorite opener?
Besides Ed, right?
Besides Ed, you can't
Aw,
say Ed.
man.
No, this is actually really easy for me to answer, and I would have to say Brett Eldridge.
Is it good?
He was at my first 4? He was at the
Oh, wow.
the first 4 of the 11 shows that I went to were all his shows, so I really got to know his music, and
Oh, wow.
I just really like his songs. He's great. He seems like a really nice guy. I saw him perform again at CMA Fest at the Riverfront, and his first album just came out, and I'm really excited to see what he does, and I think Taylor always picks great openers. I really liked Casey James, too. Now I'm just gonna say I like all of them. I saw Casey James 3 times. I saw him in Chicago, I was on my way walking to the stadium, so I just heard him, I didn't see him. And St. Paul, I was too emotional after having just met Taylor to, process anything else going on. So Nashville was really the first time that I actually, watched his set, and that was from the pit, and I really enjoyed it, too. And then I just remembered that I saw Florida Georgia Line open in Louisville, so I really can't choose, actually. I also saw
Well, my
Joel
personal
Kraus,
favorite-
but I kind of missed his set because we were still on the backstage tour while he was playing.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he did pretty well. My personal favorite was Florida Georgia Line. That was mine.
Yes.
Did you get to
That's
actually
mine.
see them?
I did, yeah. I saw them in Columbus.
right.
That was the only time I got to see them. And, yeah, actually, they were definitely my favorite.
Yeah,
out
they
there,
were really
so.
good.
Yeah, I think if I had actually gotten to see Florida Georgia Line, that would be my pick.
They were
Unfortunately,
honestly,
I didn't-
getting so popular that I was a little surprised they were opening.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they're going on their own headlining tour this fall. But because I didn't get to see them, I guess I would go with probably Brett Eldridge. I thought he was really great. I only got to see him once, but he's got some great music and he's really talented. Of course, I also love Joel Kraus and all of them. Casey James. Taylor just has great taste in picking openers.
She really does. What about you, Belle? Remember, you can't
Agreed.
pick Ed.
I'm gonna go with Florida Georgia Line as well.
It's a good choice. I'm with you.
Do we get to talk about our favorite B stage performances?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you guys go first.
My absolute favorite was the very first opening night that I was there for, and she played "I Almost Do" before we even knew that she was switching up the songs. Because "I Almost Do" is my ultimate favorite off of the album Red, and it's just really personal to me and really touching to me. And just seeing her play that, raw and acoustic really just made me bawl my eyes out. And then I appreciated it even more after the fact when I realized that she wasn't going to play it again. So I was really thankful that I was there to see that live.
My favorite ones that I was actually there for is a tie between Enchanted and Tell Me Why. Enchanted was just really cool acoustically, and Tell Me Why I just did not think she'd play, so it was such an awesome surprise that she did.
I agree with Ashley. Tell Me Why was a really good one. That's awesome. That's my favorite off of Fearless. So
Of the ones that I wasn't there for, my favorite that if I could have picked to be there for one, it would be for when she played Change.
Aww.
I wanted that performance so badly.
A lot of people were really excited about that performance.
Well, let's see. For the ones I was there for, I've got to say, okay. It's between Safe and Sound and Highway Don't Care, but I think I'm going to say Safe and Sound, because that one is such a rare performance that, I really enjoyed that one. I don't know, I really enjoyed that.
Wait, were
That
you
would've been
there for
awesome
that?
to see.
Yeah, Safe and Sound was in Philly. And then, she played it twice. She played it once in Oklahoma, and then again in Philly in July. And then, yeah. And the other one was the Highway Don't Care solo that she did, so that was really
in
cool.
Toronto, I remember that.
That
one
is
was
really
in
cool.
Toronto. Yeah. So, of the ones I didn't see,
You saw
I
some
really- I
good
really liked-
ones. Those were really good.
they were really good. I was, yeah, I really lucked out on this tour. So, only 2 our songs, but the rest were pretty
Only
good. So, of the ones I didn't see, I really would have liked to seen in San Antonio, she sang "Teardrops on My Guitar," and I really love that rendition. She hadn't played it live in years, so she did a really good job on that one. So that would have been really cool.
Now I'm jealous of the shows you were at.
Me too, man. I'm having a little bit of a lime green issue over here.
Although I've got to say, hands down, my favorite performance, which I guess doesn't technically count as being from the tour, was her Highway Don't Care at CMA Fest.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
That was
awesome.
amazing.
That was like, I cannot even believe this is real life right now type of performance.
Yeah, I really wish I had gotten to see that because it was so amazing.
When she started playing the first few chords of Tim McGraw, and then introduced Tim McGraw and brought him out, oh my god.
Yeah, I think actually they were both pretty much screaming and crying at the same time.
And Grant says we weren't loud. We were.
Oh, we were loud. Me and Ashley, we were loud.
For me, the B-stage performances that I saw, I would say it's a tie between Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, because I think it's a really underrated song,
Yeah, definitely.
and The Best Day that I saw in
Aw.
Cleveland. It reminds me of my mom because my mom's awesome, and I love that Taylor wrote this song for her mom.
Aw. That one's kind of a rare song, too. You don't really hear that one played.
No, you really don't, so I felt really lucky to be there. For the ones that I didn't see, I would say Change and Cold as You. But if I had to pick, I would go with Change because that song has gotten me through so many awful days. And it's such a great song. I just love it, and I wish I could have seen it live.
It's all right. We're going to talk about our favorite tour malfunction. Now,
Me first.
Okay. Well, let me just give a little intro on it. Now, this can be either, the stage not working, the production not working, somebody, a bug flying into somebody's mouth. This could be anything. So, yeah, Bill, why don't you start us off here?
Oh boy. My favorite malfunction was opening night. Me and Haley were in the pit in Omaha, and you could tell Ed was definitely nervous, having to play in front of this huge crowd and opening for Taylor, but he was doing a great job. He was being funny, and he was jumping all over the place and going to town on his guitar and breaking strings left and right. And there's this part where he jumps up on speakers and then jumps back down. He jumped up on a speaker, completely lost his footing, somersaulted down to the ground, rolled into this awkward somersault, and then bounced back up on his feet and kept on playing like nothing happened.
I remember seeing that, and I'm like, no, Ed.
It was so funny, though, because it was the biggest biff ever, and he's just like, nope, didn't see that, didn't happen. I'm just gonna keep on going. And it was hilarious, but it's Ed, we all saw it.
He's a trooper.
But he is a trooper. I love him. He's got so much personality. And just no matter what happens to him on the stage, no matter how many strings he breaks or how where he trips and falls, he doesn't even care. He's just all right, cool. It just goes with it. And I love him for it. And that was the most entertaining moment of the entire tour for me, was just watching Ed have this epic spill and just hop right back up on his feet and just keep on going. I'm like, you go, Ed Coco! More for you, Ed Coco!
Oh, God.
I loved it. It was amazing. Okay.
So, Stephanie, how about you? Did you have a favorite malfunction?
I actually do. One of my favorite songs is Hey Steven, because when I went to the Fearless tour, she ended up coming out right beside me in my section, and she was so close to me, and it was one of the best nights of my life. But when she played it as the B-stage song, and she kind of messed up on the second verse, but it was so adorable, and she recovered so well from it, and I just love that song. So that was my favorite.
Mine would have to be at the Lexington show, when in the middle of All Too Well, Taylor's all into this heartfelt song, and the fire alarm starts going off. And she did not react to it at all. Nobody reacted. Nobody got up, looked around, moved, nothing. Everyone just, completely kept their eyes on Taylor.
So my favorite malfunction from the tour was actually in Nashville for these last few shows, and it was the first night. It was on Thursday, and I was with Haley, and we were standing literally right next to the B stage, and it was funny because it was, right as Taylor was about to play the secret song for the night, and she kind of glanced over, and there's one of her guys on the stairs, and he's kind of like nodding at her. He's like, "You want to do it now?" He's like, "You want to do it now?" And she just kind of smiles, and she looks down, and then she goes, "I just need you guys to scream really loud for me while I go and blow my nose, just to make it not awkward." And she goes down there, and she's blowing her nose, and everyone's screaming. And I went back, and I watched somebody's video, and in the video, all I hear is this girl, and she's like, "You blow that nose, girl. You blow that nose." But yeah, that had to have been my favorite malfunction by
You
far.
blow that nose, Coco. That is amazing.
So, yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah, all good things have to come to an end. Red Tour US shows are unfortunately done.
No.
Sad face.
Come back, be here.
Come back, be
Come
here.
back
I think that's
here.
everyone's theme song this week.
I've been so bummed out this whole week.
I really have too.
I have been missing.
I realized today that I've seen Taylor 12 times in 2013, so I need to add one more to that.
You do. You should go to the CMA Awards.
CMAs.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We'll see how that works out. I just it's really strange not having a Taylor countdown to look forward to.
Countdown to the 5th album, maybe, kind of. Give a ballpark.
Yeah, it's not really the same.
No,
I've
I know.
seen her every single
Sad
month
face.
from March until now.
Wow.
That was my
That's
that was
gonna
my
be
goal,
rough.
Really
was to see
sad.
her every month of the tour, and I did it.
Congrats, that's insane.
I don't know how I did it. I really don't. My bank account doesn't either.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all having a little bit of a bank account suffrage out of
Yeah,
this, but
just a touch.
it's Taylor. What can we say?
So, what's next? We want to hear from you guys about your Red Tour experiences, just your personal ones or your favorite ones or whatever you want to talk about. So you can contact us via any of our methods, which would be our Facebook, our WordPress, Tumblr, our Twitter, and tell us your favorite Red Tour memory, and we may just read it on our next episode, because it will be all about you. So we'll also be returning next week with all of our regular segments, so be sure to submit your Swiftie problems, It Feels Like the Perfect Night, your Swiftie bucket list, any Taylor quotes you want us to talk about, Taylor dictionary words, interview the hosts questions, we love to hear about those, and everything else, or anything else that you want to talk about. So again, you can contact us on Twitter, Facebook, WordPress, Tumblr, on our website, email, Taylor Connect. Basically, if you can remember Swiftcast 13, we are under that affiliation for each of those.
So do it. Plus, we'll also be talking more about our, in detail, Swiftcast reunion Nashville trips next week as well.
And some,
So we
some
have
good stuff.
Still have a ton of recapping to do our recaps, your recaps. We have a lot of Red Tour stuff that we are going to still be talking about, so
I'm just going to kind of hint, we met a lot of
nostalgia
people.
is not over yet.
Yeah, we met a lot of people, and we have a lot of interviews and things that we really want to get to you guys, so it's going to be a really great episode next week, so cannot wait.
It is. Woohoo!
Alright, everybody, so this has been Nate.
Belle.
Ashley.
And Steph.
Thanks for listening, guys. We hope to see you next week.
Bye.
Hand hearts.
Hand hearts.
We love
Peace out,
you.
Swift Scouts.
We are in no way directly affiliated with Taylor Swift.